Welcome to this game I found called Toon Siege. I have played through these because I already tried to record, but the recording broke, so we're just gonna go for it again. Use the WASD, or it doesn't say, but you can use the arrow keys to move. If you use C, you can dash around a little bit quicker, and it is effectively a dodge as well. And then we scamper up to the bow and arrow, and we can use that as our weapon. Your primary attack is automatic, so we just stand within range and it will just constantly be shooting at things. Press space and release your secondary attack. So the secondary attack is basically like a little melee area around you. Now we have to scamper up to the camp. They want us to build a tent up here, so let's get a building down. We have 1,000 coins, which we can see that in the top left. So for 2,000 coins is an archer tent. We get a friendly archer. For the middle one, we get friendly swordsman. And then on the right is catapult, which is way too much money. The thing that they don't mention is that I suppose you get two. It says a friendly archer and a friendly swordsman. So if we press F, it will move the swordsman to wherever we place that flag. And then we move over to this big flag to raise it. So we start our siege, head over to the battering ram, and we begin. So long as we are close to the battering ram, it will move. And the more people that are within this range, the more of our units, the quicker we will go. When in range, it will automatically attack obstacles in its way. So what that means is you don't have to be near the battering ram anymore. It continues to attack so long as, or even if, you are not right next to it. Whereas it will only move so long as you are close to it. Press T to target specific enemy units, and Y to alternate between them. We'll have them target the towers. The towers are a bit more annoying than everything else. Oh! This one dropped an explosive arrows perk. Or maybe not a perk, but an ability. So for about 10 seconds we shoot bombs instead of arrows. And we're within range, so we can head over to this tower and help destroy it. One thing you might have seen there is, and well, I guess a couple times, oh, maybe within this one you have to be within range of it. Oh no, it just backed up a little bit somehow? Not sure. Let's see. Battering rams improved movement speed. The primary attack speed is increased, or the range attacks are stronger. We'll go with movement speed increased. But yeah, one of the things that can happen, and it has happened a couple times already, is if you dash, there's a chance that your unit just sort of goes flying, which on cue it just happened. But there you go. Once you smack the enemy castle a single time, it gets destroyed. So that was pretty quick. So we're going to do the next level as well, just to see a little bit more of the game. We're not going to go through all four, that's a bit lengthy. And there's not too much more that is introduced, but it just gives you a better idea of what the game is like going through all of them. So if you do want to try all of the levels, it's a demo. The demo's free. As far as I'm aware, the demo is still available. Okay, so before we get going, let's see. Here we have a store. So at the store we can get those perks that we would get whenever we break the walled gates. So we could get the flexed bow, we can get the swinging fury, so the extra attack speed, attack damage. We're actually going to get none of those. We're going to save up our coins, because these little wooden stumps, that's where we can build the units and the tents. So we don't have enough money for that. So for now, we're just going to raise up the flag and begin our attack. This is the first time that we're seeing enemy archer units, which is interesting. But so long as you dash, they really can't hurt you too much. And dare I say that with about all of the units. So long as you're dashing, you are fairly safe. Now that it's hitting the wall, we can scamper back home. Because we have to scamper all the way back to base to build a building. You can't build a building anywhere else. Oh, the building didn't even... There's no tent, there's just a pole there. Okay. So yeah, that is one thing that I think is a bit awkward about this game. Let's make the melee damage stronger. I think it's a bit awkward in that there's no good way to go back and actually spend the money that you're earning throughout the level. So if you die, you can respawn at these flags that you've built, or that you've reached, rather. However, you then have to walk again all the way back. Oh, and now we're within range of the boats. So the boats, well, our swordsmen aren't really going to be useful for that, of course. They're off in the distance. We need to use our bow and arrow for that. But now we have 2,000 gold coins. That is how much we need if we wanted to get the archer units. But to do that would require running all the way back to base, while the battering ram is not able to move. And the battering ram not moving is not great, because... oh wow, that swordsman went flying. If the battering ram's not moving, well, there is a pretty strict time limit. So it's a bit of a difficulty, I think. I think that is one of the features that I'm not quite sure I quite understand how to use it effectively. If there were buildings throughout the level, then that could be a way to go about that. Let's see. Battering ram primary attack deals more damage. Sure. Because I don't believe that we can build buildings after we have conquered an area. I believe it is only back at the very start that we can build our buildings for units. But then again, going all the way back to the center, or to our base, that's a lot of time we have to spend. Do the towers die in one hit as well? They do not. Okay, so the enemies, the units, die in one hit from the insta-kill perk. Oh yeah, and something else that you might not have noticed the first time, I don't remember if I mentioned it, is a single hit destroys this castle. So it's not quite like a big fight at the end to break down the castle and get there. You just have to smack it once, despite the fact that the outer walls take multiple smacks to destroy. Maybe that's an oversight, maybe that's intentional. Not quite sure. The other levels are just expanding on this idea. I'm looking forward to seeing how it continues, because it's a demo, right? So it's not going to be the full version of the game, presumably. There's going to be some more progress made, and I'm looking forward to it, because I think this game has a lot of potential. I hope you enjoyed.